Hi, we wanted to show you how to generate device certificates on the Palo Alto Networks firewalls. A lot of our customers are struggling with this, and we wanted to make a quick guide to show you how it's done. So device certificates are used when the firewall connects to the Palo Alto Networks cloud infrastructure to identify the device, and it's a requirement for a lot of services, Cortex Data Lake, AIOps, IoT Security, and many more. So it's really easy, but there are a few hoops to jump through. In this case, we have a fresh PA VM, and it's running Panos 11. But the procedure is the same for earlier versions. So you need to make a note of the serial number. You will need it later to generate the password and the certificate. The first part of the serial number indicates the type of firewall. So this is a PAVM, and the latter part this is the specific device number. Usually the last four numbers are enough to identify it on your support portal. So unless you have a huge amount of firewalls, just make a note of the last four numbers and you should be okay. So to check whether you actually have a device certificate already, go to Device and do Setup, and you will see down here, it says Device Certificate Not Found. So in that case, you don't have one, and you need to get device certificate. Now, it will prompt you for a one-time password. So this is generated on the support portal. And to do that, you need to log in to the Palo Alto Networks support portal, and you need to go to Assets and Device Certificates. Go on Generate OTP. Usually you will use this left procedure. The registration pin is only used if you're deploying a lot of pay-as-you-go VMs or using a lot of VM series firewalls with a enterprise license agreement. So for most of us, this is not relevant, and especially not if you have a physical firewall. So generate OTP, and you can choose whether to generate it for a next-gen firewall, or if you want to generate it for Panorama, so that would be the Panorama itself, or generate it for a Panorama managed device. So if you have a firewall or a group of firewalls connecting through Panorama, you need to select the third option. In this case, it's a standalone firewall, so we'll go ahead and do generate OTP. Now, here's the serial number. It will ask us for the serial number, and once you click here, it will list all of them. But in our case, it was 2628. So here's the number, and click generate OTP. This particular password will be active for about 60 minutes. So you can copy it to the clipboard, go back to the firewall, paste it, press OK, and it's being sent. If you want to monitor the progress, you can go into Task Manager by clicking on Tasks down in the right corner and click on the job, and you'll see here that it actually fails. So it fails to get the device certificate. Now let's go and check. So let's try it again. Sometimes it's just because it has other jobs going. If there's another software install, something be installed, it might fail. So let's copy it again. Go here, device certificate, paste it again, and click on tasks. Another reason for this failing might actually be if the time isn't synchronized, because it needs to have a proper time. So you can see that's probably the reason here, because it's at 1901. So it obviously has the wrong time zone. So we'll need to correct that before. This is one of the pitfalls. So this is due to this being a brand new firewall. I haven't really configured anything except for the serial number and updating it. So that's probably the reason. So let's remediate that. Let's go into the NTP settings and correct that. So you see here it's in Europe Oslo, and it's definitely the wrong time. It's about 11, and it says at 7 o'clock in the evening. So let's go to services, and let's go to here and select NTP and use 0 pool ntp.org, and we can do one pool NTP org. So I'll need to commit this, of course. Let's commit it. Wait a few moments for this job to complete. Shouldn't take long because this is, an empty firewall. So there's really not a lot to commit. Yeah, so now we can see it's almost done. Configuration committed successfully. And now I suspect that it will actually give us the correct certificate, because if we go now to dashboard, we should see that the time has changed. The time is now correct for the time zone. And let's go to device again. Let's see if the job is finished or and failed or not, or if it's actually still active. There we go. Now we see that it could immediately fetch the device certificate. So do remember to check your time zone and your NTP servers to see that the firewall has the correct time. Obviously, certificates are signed with time. So if the clock skew is too much, it won't accept the certificate. That's what happened in this case. Once it completes here, we should be able to go and just reload the page, and it should show us the certificate. Okay, so now we can see that the job has completed and it was successful. So if we press close, close, and then go back to management, you see it still says not found here. That's because we haven't refreshed. If we refresh, you will see that it says that the certificate is valid, and it gives the time here and successfully fetched it. And it will keep fetching these as long as it needs to. You can also, by the way, look at your OTP history over here. So if you forget to copy it, you can go to history and see current certificates and copy it again. I'll show you later how to connect to the data lake and enable those services. Thank you for watching, and good luck.